welcome, most of it. Best of luck for the upcoming session. Can you just quickly tell me how many registrations as of right now?
So followed by humanity and education. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
so we do that. So I think we hopefully that will capture the attention of the students there.
Absolutely. Mr. Zarif Munir has also joined, so I'll basically hand the session to him. Hi, Zarif.
Oh, the boss is there. Hi, Zarif. We also have a Jimmy here. Hi, Jimmy.
Great. Hey, thank you so much. You know, a few thoughts I wanted to share very quickly is while we're delighted that the team and you are giving us the time again. And I think what's very interesting for the students who are on the call is really how to think about a career in the subjects that you have the excellent faculty and team here to describe. I know in the last call, there were a lot of questions about how do I qualify to get in? How do I get scholarships? How do I prepare? And I'm sure you're going to cover all of that. But I would encourage everyone who's joined to please write notes within the chat that we'll try to get to them. Over to you. And thank you so much again for doing this session with us.
Yeah, that's right, Zarif. So I think, usually, in a section like this, especially it is a very short and the number of questions are huge. So we simply cannot answer all of them, but I think that would be very good for the following up, you see. So that is why the following up is so important to keep connected, connecting with the students there. So certain questions that we cannot answer today because we do not have a time, you guys can always, send to us, and then we just, answer, give you the gist, and you just boom, send to all students as well. Okay. So what time do we start?
I think we can start now. It's past 2.
See, Hua, in Bangladesh, we follow time. We're only 2 minutes late, not much more.
Right. We actually have a lot of students coming in. We have a lot of students coming in through the waiting room. So maybe a minute or 2 more will be beneficial.
Yes. Are you sure? Because I've been working in Bangladesh.
I think you should get started. Let people keep coming.
Right.
I wouldn't worry about it. Let's get started.
Right.
As soon as we hit 100, we'll get started. Since we're at 99, and there we go. We just admitted the 100th person, so we're good to go.
Great.
All right. So you start, or what? You like before?
No, it's all over to you.
Okay. All right, then let's start. All right. So hi everyone. I hope that everybody can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay, then. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Zarif Munir and the Eduko team for your strong support in organizing this great platform to connect with the wonderful students and parents, from Bangladesh. And this time it's not just only from Dhaka, but it's all through the country. That is fantastic. And it is really a pleasure to be with you, and particularly during this session today. So thank you for your time and for your support, okay? And thank you very much to all the participants for you to manage the time to be with us, even though it is a 45 minutes, but it's still, valuable time. So welcome to section 2. I'm so happy that we have a, section 1 and then section 2, and I hope we have a section 3 and section 4 as well. In our series of international education and admission, critical success factors. So this section and these 2 sections actually have been brought to you, as I said before, by Eduko and Monash University. So we aim to provide you with the information about the courses, about the entry requirements, what course would match your career aspiration, that kind of thing, all right? And everything else that you are interested in or concerned about, let us know, and then we will try to answer or unpack all those questions and concerns within the time that we have this afternoon. And then I think if we can't finish all the questions, and we can always have the follow-up section with you. So we, working in this industry for all my life, so it's kind of like maybe more than 40 years. And then with my colleagues today who have been also working in the industry for so very long, at least I think 10, the minimum of the people in our Monash team today, minimum work experience would be at least 10 years. So we really understand this is the critical period for students in year 11 and 12 to choose the right fit for your higher education, and also to choose the right career, all right? It is difficult, but with the information that you get from each section like today, you will make the right decision in the end. One section is not enough, so that's why we always have a series of sections, so that you then keep unpacking and understand more, so that your decision making will be more informative and just right, okay? So if you miss out on Mr. Zarek Muni's introduction, my name is Levitas, and I'm the Senior Regional Manager at Monash University. So I am very fortunate to have the opportunity to travel to Bangladesh for work for maybe, for 15 years on end. So it's been a long time, association with Bangladesh. So I love people, I love the students from Bangladesh very, very much. So participating in this section with me, I'm very pleased to introduce to you the Monash team of 5 managers from 5 well-known faculties. So these faculties have been increasingly popular to Bangladeshi students and parents. So hi Monash team. Hi, could you please at least say your name and what faculty you are from to the participants? Thank you. Can I start with the alphabetical? So education, I think now. Yes.
Well, you don't.
Right,
Rob.
Yeah, I'm Rob Chaffee from the Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Hi, I'm Seshna from the Faculty of Education. Nice to see you again.
Hi everyone, my name is Jamie and I'm from the Faculty of Engineering. Good to be with you.
Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm from the Faculty of IT and looking forward to this evening.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Justin and I represent the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences.
Great. Do I miss anyone? I'm sorry, Rob.
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you. All righty. After the faculty's introduction about the courses and their faculty benefits and things like that, and the career in the future, so we will try to respond to your questions. Okay, so I think I could start now. If you could bear some seconds with me, then I can share the screen to tell you a little bit about the Monash University story, about the entry requirements and the courses in general that the universities, offer, okay? Let's see. All right. So I'm telling you a story of the largest university in Australia. And I hope that you will enjoy this great university and you will grow fast and strong and successful, as this university has become the benchmark of many universities in Australia and in the world. So this is Monash University. So in my, on my screen, you can see that, I put out there the 4 unique benefits. So when you choose a university, right, you should look at the benefit that it would give to students. So here I would list it at least 4. So the word top brand, and it is your brand if you are associated with the university, right? And the options and flexibility, it's enormous. And the learning style, the methodology, we call it our learning style. It is really, really student-centered and active learning, right? Hands-on experience, and get ready for work in the future. An excellent graduate for the global employability. And last but not least, the make positive change and impact, not only for the students themselves, the families, but also for the community around them, okay? So this is Monash University. So if you look, okay, established, you can see on my screen, established in 1958 and bore the name of Sir John Monash, the most renowned Australian in the Australian history. It only took Monash 10 years to become the largest university in Australia until now, okay? So ranking is not all, but if you look at the ranking that Monash has been rated by different organizations, so you can see that you are assured of its quality and brand name, right? Always in the top 100 overall, okay? Regardless of whatever ranking organizations that are. And here I only chose the most reputable ranking organizations. So if it is Golden Age University, ranked number 6, and up to the most international university in the world, ranked number 35. And if you look at the QS World University Rankings, it's number 55. And if it is the US News World Rankings for 2021, it's 48, all right? And if you look at the particular discipline, as we call it, say for example, pharmacy or education or nursing or performing arts, medicine, law, accounting and finance, economics and econometrics, etc., right? So it's ranking really, really high. And I only give some example here, okay? So you can see that, from the ranking to the size, the growth, the size, the 10 large faculties for you to choose. All the courses or all the majors or the combination of the courses and the majors and the minor, so that you can shape your course and your passion, and you can blend your future in the best possible way, okay? Now the course choice, you can do the comprehensive or the specialist degree, or you can choose the double degree. So in Australia at Monash, the single degree would be often 3 years only. But if it is a professional like engineering, it is a 4 years, or law, it is a 4 years, or education, honor, it is a 4 years, okay? But usually a lot of courses like the Bachelor of Computer Science that a lot of students like, the Bachelor of Information Technology, a lot of students in Bangladesh are interested in, are only 3 years, not 4 years, okay? So Monash give you all the choices possible for you to combine either majors and minors or course and course in a double degree, whether it is with double 2 degrees, 2 undergrad degrees, or the vertical double degree. That means, you know, Rob will tell you about the vertical double degree, 4 years, but you have the bachelor degree and the master degree, okay? Now, some examples on my screen: single degree, 3 years duration, like a Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Accounting, Commerce, etc., right? Or nursing. And then single degrees, 4 years duration, as I said before, engineering, education honors, or laws, or pharmacy. Or the double degree combinations, okay? Bachelor of Business and Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Design and Bachelor of Information Technology. There are quite a lot of, you know, more and more students take this double degree, whether they are from Bangladesh or from Vietnam or from any country. So quite a lot of students take this, design and information technology, or design and business, for example, or engineering and commerce, right? Or laws and arts, or laws and science, okay? Or bachelor and master programs, right? So there are not many, but plenty enough for you to choose from. So as I said before, the Bachelor of Arts and the Master of Arts, 4 years, the Bachelor of Engineering Honors and the Master of Advanced Engineering, 5 years, or the Bachelor of Pharmacy Honors, 4 years, and the Master of Pharmacy, 1 year, and all together only 5 years, and you have the bachelor degree honor as well as the master degree, okay? Now, so from the flexibility and the options, from the 10 faculties to the learning style, where, and this is what I actually like very, very much about Monash University, the learning style, the student-centered, active learning, hand-on experience for work readiness, all right? So I was a lecturer at the university before, so I pay a lot of attention. I love the students. And then when you see at a university where students are centered and active learning, where, you know, everything stimulates them to maximize their potential. So you can see that, you know, you really, really love the way that the university does for the student, okay? So around the student center and active learning, we've got the whole range of stuff, you know, to maximize the students' potential, from the curriculum design to the, you know, to the way that we learn in interactive workshops or collaboration, a lot of that, or targeted seminars or exchange study overseas, or study tours in 2 weeks or 5 weeks during the semester or outside the semester. So all these things, you know, help the students as well. Now, work integrated learning, we call it WIL, is a very, very important component in every unit that we do. Okay, so I think the Monash team from the faculties will talk more about it as well. Now, so if you talk about learning technology, 10 years ago, Monash was also ranked #1 in Australia for the mobile technology. So that actually is a very important. Before, maybe people didn't pay attention to this, but you see, during the COVID-19, and especially the skill sets, the new skill sets that employers always look for, you know, from the graduates, so that they can hire staff who are good at, you know, who have actually the excellent digital skill sets. So the learning technology, the teaching technology at Monash helps students build this set of skills really, really well. Okay. Now the learning space, I hope, I wish. Actually, I wish now, but I hope, all right, in the future, you can actually visit the campus, all right? You can visit every campus, the 4 campuses in Australia. Every campus has its unique features. And when you visit it, you will be amazed. And I can be assured that you will be amazed, all right, at the infrastructure, the facilities that the university provides to students. It's very, very stimulating environment, actually, all right? And apart from that, a lot of, a whole range, huge range of other extracurriculum as well as a program to support students, such as, the research program for undergrad students, or the online short courses, for example, for students to build more skills and knowledge if they want to. And for students, these things are always on discount. So, right. Well, there we go, technology. Okay, so I just give you a few pictures of the space, of the learning space that we provide to our students. So that is why usually students, our current students, talk with other students from other universities to actually ask them to move to Monash. All right, so amazed. So if you look from the outside, they are already fantastic. However, when you step inside the buildings and you see the facilities and you see the activity, the exciting activity that students do, you feel really, really stimulating. Okay, so that is why you see from the learning style to the teaching style to the facilities and technology, we have the graduates that very well sought after. Okay, highly knowledgeable, well-skilled, flexible, and global engaged graduates. All right. So I just give you some example of the rates. So the Monash graduates employability. So last time when Zarif asked me, what is it unique about Monash? What kind of like a benefit for the career outcome, right? So we said that, okay, now even when you are at Monash, right, as a student, you are already very well connected through our network of partners. Right? Monash is the largest university, huge. So when you are kind of like, like a big, you have the size, you have the strength, you have the, the capacity to partner with also large and multi-country national organizations as well. So global connection is there for our students, for their future. And if you look at the QS ranking, ranked number 66 in the world for employability. And then if you look at the quality in learning and teaching survey, just did in October 2020. And this is for the over medium term, which means that about 3 years on end, then you can see that at Monash University, the rate is really, really high. For the undergraduates, 90.6% have the full-time employment. And if it is a postgraduate by coursework, would be 96.1%. Of course, we pay attention to the undergraduate, but you can see that, with that rate, 90.6%, it is a fantastic rate. Okay, so outstanding alumni worldwide, and this is actually on the website. You can actually, click on the link, and then you can see what our alumni do for the current students, for the university, and how they perform in the world as well. All right, so now I come to the Monash University admissions and entry requirements. This is very much related only to Bangladesh, so I hope that I cover it all. So in terms of minimum entry requirements, even in year 11, okay, even in year 11, you should look at the entry requirements as well, so that you can choose the subject correctly for the right careers that you actually drive for. So the minimum age requirements, so far I have not experienced any students who are really, really too young. So if you are 17, so you can enter the first year, basically. Academic entry requirements for course, then, usually you are from the international schools, and mostly in Bangladesh, it is A-levels. A few schools offer IB, so both are good for Monash. We love A-levels students, we love IB students. So some of you may come from the HSC system, so we also love HSC systems, and I will explain about it, the entry requirement, a little bit later, all right? But when you look at the entry requirements, you also look at the English and entry requirements, you also look at the prerequisite subject requirements, and if any additional requirements, for example, like the Bachelor of Education honor or the Bachelor of Biomedical Science and Doctor of Medicine. Now it got stuck. Okay. Okay, good. Now, meeting academic entry requirements. So you can see that A-level, so whether it is a Cambridge or Pearson EdSL. So the maximum we take in, we calculate is the 3 subjects, all right? Or you have an IB diploma, right? So you have to check the scores and prerequisites. And I think I also sent to Eduko the list of the brochures, the soft copy brochures. We can send it to you later on. And you get direct into the bachelor degree at Monash University and at any Australian universities or any university in the world. Now, if you have the results meeting the requirements, of course, results, but meeting the requirements from an American admission test, such as a Scholastic Aptitude, SAT, SAT, or the 2 subject of Advanced Placement AP, or American College Test, ACT, all right? You actually, together with the diploma, American High School Diploma, then you also meet the direct entry requirement into Monash University. Now, if you have one of the above tests, SAT or AP or ACT, plus you have the Bangladesh HSC certificate, you also meet the direct entry requirements into Monash University. So I was talking this afternoon with one student, and he actually had about 14, the SAT, 1,400 out of 1,600. And together with the coming up HSC certificate, he will get into the Bachelor of Computer Science at Monash University, okay? Now, we also, this is very important, we also accept predicted results, A-level and IB diploma predicted results from your school, from your career counselor. So please, if you have predicted results, you can submit there your applications. We accept that, okay? And then only you can, when you have the official results, you send that in. As long as you send that in before your enrollment, that is fine. This is only an example of the scores, right? So say, for example, IB to get into the business, for example. So it ranges from the 25 to 33. Bachelor of Commerce, 33, for example, okay? But it is A-levels. It could be from 7 to 12. That means that, okay, maybe at least 3 C's or 1 C and 1 B and 1 A, or just say 3 A's. So that's only example. And all these scores and stuff are available in our brochure as well. Now, English requirements. So you already know we take academic IELTS or internet-based TOEFL or Pearson test of English, all right? And it is also available in our soft copy brochure. So it ranges differently. It depends on the course. Sometimes some course only requires 6.5 IELTS. For example, Bachelor of Engineering honor, okay? Or the Bachelor of IT, right? But then sometimes it requires a little bit differently, overall 6.5, But then, you know, say for example, maybe reading is a 6.5 and writing is also 6.5, for example, okay? So in that case, we have to look at the course and then the entry requirement right there in the brochure. Or IELTS 7 for certain courses, so it's all different. Oh, by the way, we also accept O-level English subject, right? As long as by the time you enroll, the validity is 3 years, then we accept your O-level English subject. Depending on the courses, some courses require only C grade, right? Some courses require B grade and some courses require A grade. So it depends on the courses. Now, we are talking about HSC because I'm informed that, you know, in the audience, there are quite a few students from HSC system. So for the HSC alone, if you only have the HSC certificate without any of the American tests, so you get into Monash College Part 2, okay? If you get 3.5 to 5 GPA, you get into Monash College Part 2. Don't worry, Monash College Diploma Part 2 is a fantastic pathway to get into the second year of your desired bachelor degree. I will explain a little bit later in the next slide. Okay. Now, also this is very good for you because CGA AS level, Cambridge or Pearson EdSL. Now, also can get into Monash College Part 2, right? Remember, AS. You don't need to study A2 if you don't want to. You can get AS into our Part 2. All right. Now, if it is year 11 in the HSC or year 12 in the HSC, you can get into our foundation year or Monash College Diploma. Okay. And the English requirement for foundation year or for diploma, it is kind of like a 6. But I know that Bangladeshi students, even though they are from the HSC system, their English is rather good. Usually they get 6.5, which is really good. Now, I would like to explain a little bit about, you know, the diploma Part 2. So you can see that there are, you know, more than one way to become a Monash student, to enter Monash courses, all right? So that you will have a fantastic career outcome there. So you save time, you save money, same degree, same career. So it's here. The pink color, Monash College Diploma Part 2, and then you have American Diploma, for example, but no test, all right? And you have a HSC, and then your GPA is a 3.5, for example. Then you get into Monash College Part 2. Well, depending, 8 months. Usually it is 8 months, and then you get into the second year. But if it is engineering, you get into Monash College Part 2 Diploma of Engineering, then it is not 8 months, it is 1 year, it is 12 months, okay? But then after that, you get into the second year. And if you look at in my blue color, the left side, Monash University first year. Now, if you have a 3A stars in A level, A2, you have a 45 IB, for example. You have a 1,600, 1,600 points in the SAT or 10 in AP, for example, okay? Now, you get into the first year. Okay, you get into the first year. But of course, if you want to choose Monash College Part 2, by all means, all right? You have a choice there. So you get into the first year here, all right? A level, 3A stars here. And here, HSC, we get into Monash College Part 2. However, in the second year, everybody is the same. Everybody is same in the same class, in the same cohort. We do not know whether they come from Part 2 or whether they come from the first year, whether they come from HSC or from IB, for example, okay? And then the third year, yeah? And then graduate, the same outcome, all right? Now, as I said, we accept predicted results, and I hope you remember this, all right? Predicted results, especially during the COVID-19, especially, you know, when in Bangladesh, the COVID-19 is still, you know, still not too good, all right? So in that case, remember the predicted results you get from the schools, and then you submit with your application. We accept that, okay? So on my screen, so any schools, we accept them as long as they are awarded by Cambridge or by Pearson EXCEL or Singapore Cambridge. Now, when you apply, so we have the 3 intakes for 2021. We have the 3 intakes. So February is one intake that we start the semester. July is another one, and then October is another one, okay? So it goes really, really well with your results when they are available, okay? But you can apply before then. Then when to apply then? For undergraduate, you can apply at any point throughout the year, okay? If you want to be well prepared, apply early. Do not need to apply more than 1 year, but 6 months, 7 months, 8 months before the intake. For example, you want to aim for February to start at Monash, so maybe just go back for 8 months or 7 months and then apply, okay? You can apply online or you can apply through Eduko. What you need to provide? Well, not much, okay? So in the form, what they ask you to fill in the course code, the name of the course start date and campus, and also provide the documents. What you have in the, for the documents. So for Australian and for Monash, it is very simple, right? Only the transcripts. And if you have A-levels, you only have the certificates. And we also accept transcripts. Only IB, we need the diploma, the final diploma, also the score. So if you actually register with Monash, then we actually can check the results online. With the HSC, you already have the HSC as well as the transcript for the SSC as well. So that's it. And English, evidence of meeting English. We do not need the reference letter. We do not need the recommendation. No, that's it, okay? And as long as you meet the entry requirements as we publish, you are in, you are offered the course. Scholarships that a lot of you are interested in, but we can further talk about this, after the faculty's managers. For us, for commencing students, we have 3 major types. One is the Monash International Leadership Scholarship, but only 4 scholarships a year. For 2021, only 4 scholarships, and the value is 100% tuition fee waiver. Based on what? Excellent academic achievement, together with the leadership potential, expressed in a statement of purpose of 500 words. The second valuable one is the Monash International Merit Scholarship. How many a year? Next year, sorry, I put it wrong. 30 scholarship, because we gave 1 already, so only 30 left for 2021. The value, 10,000 Australian dollar per year for the whole duration of the course. And how? Academic achievement, okay? it is based on academic achievement. So excellent academic achievement, say for example, 3 A's or 2 A's and an A stars, for example, okay? Now, and the last but not least, Monash University grants for 2021 value 10,000 Australian dollars for the first year when you commence. And each year, Monash students often study 48 credit points, okay? So that is about the scholarship. If we have more, we will inform Eduko and let you all know, okay? So that is my kind of like a, introduction of Monash University. And now I would like to introduce my Monash team. And can we start with Jamie, please?
Hello, thanks very much, Hua. So, Hua, can I just check, we're going to each do presentations and then make ourselves available in separate breakout rooms, or shall we just stay for the duration and then go to our breakout room?
We stay here, yes, we stay
here
until the end, and then if the student want to go with you, then they go with you, okay?
Absolutely, and I have about 3 minutes, is that right?
Well, 3 to 4, yeah, we are flexible.
Yeah, but we have to give the others a go too, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So, okay, all right. I've got a very brief presentation. The Eduko people will know some of this already from our recent training session, but I just want to show the young students what it is that we are offering at Monash University. So I will be very quick. I have my timer going because I don't want to burden everyone, and I'll just share my screen now. So can you see a full screen there, Hua?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, not yet.
Thumbs up?
Yep, good.
Great, thanks. So, thanks again, Eduko, for giving us this opportunity to talk to all of your wonderful young students. It's really terrific. In engineering, we are doing all sorts of things that are addressing global challenges: clean water, clean energy, better healthcare outcomes, building better cities that are more sustainable. And it is just an incredible place when you come to Monash to see all of the fantastic things that are going on. So that research is very important. Hua has given you some sense of its importance. It brings in money to the university. It helps us address those global challenges. It brings us infrastructure through all of the funding. And you can see some of the areas where we do especially well in, and it gives you some idea about Monash's strengths. So in this medley of images, you can see in the top left there, we've got a makerspace for the engineering students. We've got fantastic new spaces for learning. So the pedagogy, the style of learning is shifting from traditional lecture into a more interactive student academic environment. So it's a very beneficial way of learning. We have a brand new Robotics Lab coming online. That's the image you can see in the bottom right corner there. And then in the bottom left, we've got the 3D visual immersion platform that we call the Cave, which is very, very exciting. So you can become a professional accredited engineer at Monash. These are our specializations that you undertake in the 4-year Bachelor of Engineering. Now, the first year is actually a common year, and then you choose your specialization in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th year. Those traditional areas are very, very popular, and they have lots of jobs. But you can see the colored specializations. These are the emerging technology-driven areas of engineering, and there's lots of opportunity coming on board with those as well. So we've got a brand new Bachelor of Biomedicine. The first stream will be biomedical devices, And then in 2022, we'll have another stream, biointerfaces. So keep an eye out for that. But of course, it's not just about the fundamental learning. We also give you a fantastic applied learning experience. Monash has the biggest range of teams and clubs in engineering in any university in Australia. That team with the Formula University racing car is #1 in the world for the combustion engine category. So we're very proud of them. And the lady there holding the robotics is a part of RoboGals, which is an initiative to encourage young women into engineering. So the engineering clubs are helping you to build your social skills. You're doing project work together, and it's also connecting you to industry. So I would finally just mention careers. Australia has a high demand for good quality engineers, the types of engineers that come out of Monash University. Demand is high. Our graduates are in full-time employment just 4 months after they graduate. And this is a really great result for us. And the outlook is very, very strong. And the LinkedIn Emerging Jobs Report identifies artificial intelligence, robotics, and automation as those new technologically driven areas for engineering. You can see the companies that our students go to, and it's not just the big companies though. You see that guy on the right who's got standing next to the dinosaur there. He's a small, medium enterprise, had his own vision, and there's plenty of opportunity in those types of companies as well for good engineers. So we hope one day we will see you in beautiful Melbourne. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Jamie. So can I have Suzanne, please?
Hi there, thanks for that. So I haven't got a presentation to share in this particular session, but more than happy to catch up with people after this and go through a presentation if people are interested. But I'll just spend a couple of minutes talking about IT and why we think it's a great career choice. Really, IT is everywhere these days. Everybody has a smart something, whether that's a smartphone, a smart TV, maybe your vacuum cleaner. And we're also heading into that area where our cars are becoming smart. You might have a car in the not too distant future that will drive you to school. So IT is embedded in everything we do, which does mean that there are IT related jobs in almost any field you could possibly imagine. So you might be interested in law maybe, and you might think about specialising in something like cybercrime, which unfortunately is on the increase, or sports science, where they're using artificial intelligence to monitor and improve performance. So all this means is that job prospects for those with an IT degree are very healthy and encouraging. It's not just me saying this, as Jamie alluded to, there's LinkedIn release a report every year called the Emerging Jobs Report. And if you look at that, of the 15 jobs that are listed, about 10 of them require some sort of IT knowledge. And last year, the top job was data scientist, and this year it's artificial intelligence specialist. So in relation to data science, it's a bit of a hot topic. We have the largest group of data scientists, researchers in the Australia-New Zealand region, and they're working in the only dedicated faculty of IT, group of 8 universities. So these are the academics who are helping craft our degrees and who you'd be learning from if you chose to study something like computer science. As was mentioned earlier, getting a practical hands-on experience is a key component in our undergraduate IT degrees. All of our degrees include some sort of industry-based learning unit, or you have the opportunity to do an industry-based learning unit. This is a full semester unit where you are placed in a company and you work for 6 months. So during that time, you don't actually come on campus to attend classes. You're fully immersed in the workforce, and it's a great work experience opportunity. So if you don't do that unit, you still get the opportunity to participate in something like industry experience, which is a project, you work in teams, you engage with industry clients, and you develop an IT solution to a real world problem. And again, you're walking away with an example of some work for a job interview. So you can focus your studies in various different areas such as games development, network security, data science, software development. So if anyone's interested, I will pop a few details into the chat session and we can catch up after this session is over. Thanks very much, and back to you.
Thank you very much, Susan. So Justin will talk about medicine, nursing, and health sciences. Yeah. So please, Justin, thank you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, I will. I'll just share my screen. I've only got a couple of slides just to share with the students. Hopefully that can be seen by you, Hua. Yep, good one. Hi, everyone. Yeah, for those who joined late, my name is Justin. I'm part of the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences at Monash in Australia. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, in our faculty, I mean, a lot of students just think that we only offer medicine or programs that lead to becoming a doctor. But we've actually got quite an enormous range of courses to choose from. So it's not just about medicine. You can see here on this screen, I've tried to provide some icons to illustrate some of the other careers you may like to think about, you know, as you're in year 10 and year 11 and you're starting to pick your subjects. So we've got careers in physiotherapy, we've got careers in radiography. So if you're interested in sort of X-ray images, we've got careers in nursing and midwifery, psychology falls into our faculty as well. And there's a heap of other careers also that are not necessarily based in the hospital system. And these are careers like biomedical science, public health, and health science, just to name a few. So we've got about 12 different undergraduate degrees to choose from. So you as a student, you've got a huge amount of choice. You can choose to do a specialist course, which is very specific and leads to entry to the profession. So, you know, if you do physiotherapy, you're working as a physiotherapist. Or you can choose something more broad if you're not sure what you want to do and you still need to develop your interests a little bit. So something like biomedical science, where we get a lot of Bangladeshi students and a lot of interest, you know, can lead to careers in many different areas like forensic science and biomedical science research on our campus, to name just a few. So plenty of choice is the key message in medicine, nursing, health sciences. It's not just all about medicine, although we do have a very strong medicine program. So I suppose if you're, you know, in year 10, year 11, year 12, you're thinking, you know, why would I want to come into healthcare? And then why would I choose medicine, nursing, health sciences at Monash? Well, there's a high employment growth. So the job prospects are excellent for students who come out with a healthcare degree. We've got a growing population in Australia. It's getting bigger. We've got an aging population in Australia. So it's getting older, the population. We've got a growing complexity of disease, as we've seen around the world with what's happening at the moment. And in Australia, we've got a growing middle class. So all of these factors mean that there's huge demand for healthcare graduates. So if you're looking to come into healthcare, you know there's going to be lots of jobs in Australia and across the world. Another benefit, and this probably separates us from, you know, if you're thinking about going to the US or you're thinking about going to perhaps Canada or the UK, we actually can offer you direct entry into a lot of our courses that lead to professional careers. So what does that mean? It means that you can come into medicine, for example, direct from high school or a foundation year without having to do a pre-medicine course that a lot of other universities around the world would require you to do. What does this mean? It means you become a doctor quicker and it doesn't cost you as much money because the course duration is usually significantly shorter. Our rankings, so we heard Dr. Hua's presentation. We saw a number of different rankings. So some of ours, specific subjects, were ranked number 14 for nursing in the world. So that's the number 1 in the state of Victoria. So we're the best university for nursing in the state of Victoria, which is where Monash is located. We've got a very good ranking in anatomy and physiology. So anyone that's interested in biomed, so any students that are interested in chemistry, biology, biomed's a really good career, and we've got a really strong ranking there. So if you're interested in anatomy and dissection, and also medicine. So we talked a bit about that. We're ranked number 31 in the world. And just finally, one of the key features you'll get to do when you join our faculty is you'll do a lot of your learning in the hospital and healthcare network system. So Monash will have to find you placements. You'll do a mixture of, in-class learning, but then we will place you into some leading hospitals. We have an extensive network. We're actually building our own hospital on our Clayton campus, which is called the Victorian Heart Hospital, and that'll be ready in 2022. So yeah, I hope this gives you a little bit of an overview of what we offer in our faculty. As I said, there's lots of courses, and yeah, perhaps I'll speak to some of you a little bit later on after this session. Thank you for listening. You're on mute, Hua. Hua, you're on mute.
Rob,
Yeah,
could
okay.
I have you to talk about arts and humanity, please?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for having me. My name is Rob, and I'm from the Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. I just have a few slides that I also want to share with everyone here today, and so you get a little bit of an understanding of what we were all about. So hang tight for just a tick. Share. So really what we're looking at here is there's three key points that I want hopefully everyone can take away from this little brief period of time that we're together today. So one, the flexibility. So all of our degrees give you the opportunity to basically tailor make your own degree. So put together the interests that you like, combine humanities and social sciences with a STEM subject, either by a double degree or by a double major, and giving you the opportunity to follow your own path. All of our degrees also give you plenty of opportunity, work integrated learning or internships embedded in all of our programs that we offer, a funded study abroad experience after the first year, if you so wish to choose so, called Global Immersion Guarantee, to one of 5 fantastic destinations in the world, the opportunity for you to top up your degree. And this is really, really important. Now, we know many of you are considering a 4-year degree in the United States, which is a really, really fantastic option for many. However, what if I told you that during those same 4 years, you could choose to come to Monash Arts and come out with a bachelor, an undergraduate qualification with one of 6 undergrad degrees that we have on offer, plus a master's degree on top of that. So a 3+1 basic type of program. So it's a really, really fantastic opportunity. Do more in 4, come out with 2 very distinct qualifications in both undergraduate and postgrad. And in many ways, it will cost much less than going to the United States. Finally, portability. So our degrees, of course, are globally recognized. All of our alumni join our very, very vast alumni network. And of course, you have the benefit of studying at a world top 1% university, to including a top 40 university in arts and humanities and in social sciences. Now, really, really quickly too, what I do wanted to show you is that what we do, graduates from our programs really shape the world around us. And there's literally no organization that is out there that do not fall under the influence of graduates from our many, many degrees, everywhere from diplomacy and government all the way through to law and finance. One of the other benefits of studying a program with us is that it has the lowest risk of automation. So currently, the disciplines that we teach have a very, very low 14% replacement rate of automation. So feel confident in the fact that graduating from a program such as ours, that you'll have very, very good job prospects and be able to maintain that career for a very long, sustained period of time. We also boast a very, very healthy 88% graduate employment rate. So 88% of our graduates are in full-time employment within 6 months of graduation, with starting salaries very, very similar to those of business and science. Now, one of the things that we really like to hold our, really hang our hat on is addressing the needs and the concerns of employers. So we tackle the skills, or students develop a range of skills that puts them in good stead, ready for a global work environment. So you can see here everything from oral communication to critical thinking and analytical reasoning, complex problem solving, all the way down to ethical judgment, decision making. Students develop these skills quite critically as part of their program to make themselves more employable on the way out. Now, a couple of really, really fantastic things that I did want to make mention too, as I'm coming close to the end, is we have a funded Global Immersion Guarantee Program, which is a funded study abroad experience that you can undertake after the first year. That allows you to go to one of 5 fantastic destinations around the world that you can see there on the screen. It's available to all students of our 6 single undergrad degrees and their respective double degrees. Considering studying a Bachelor of Media Communication and a Bachelor of Marketing, and you want to do Global Immersion Guarantee, get one of those funded study abroad experiences, well, you can do so. Of course, all of our programs have work integrated learning or internships opportunities, of which the faculty themselves will organize and source for the students. Those experiences are critical if you want to set yourself up in a really, really fantastic position to be able to get that first job upon graduation, as well as develop critical skills, being able to take your knowledge obtained in the classroom and apply it to the workplace, and also develop your professional networks. And to finish it all off, these are the degrees that we have on offer. You can see choice is a hallmark of what we provide. Everything from criminology to media communications to global studies, music, our flagship Bachelor of Arts, and our new politics, philosophy, and economics undergraduate degree. So hopefully in this really, really short period of time, you got an understanding of the flexibility, the opportunity, and the portability of your degrees. And I look forward to some of you coming to join me after this session to talk about these opportunities a little bit more. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Rob. That's very informative. Hi, Sashna. Last but not least.
Thanks, Hua.
Love to hear courses about education.
Thanks, Hua. I know we're a bit short on time, so I won't share my slides, but I'll leave you with about 5 key points about why education. So in the Faculty of Education, we offer courses for students who want to become teachers, either in primary schools, secondary schools, or early childhood. So teaching itself is an incredibly important job, and we need teachers to inspire the next generation of doctors. We've heard about engineers, scientists, and many other professions. So in the classroom is where it begins. So teaching is one of the professions in Australia projected to have one of the largest number of job openings over the next few years. And this has a lot to do with existing teachers who might be retiring from the profession, but it also has to do with the population growth. So there is a big demand for teachers in Australia, but also across the world. So if you're passionate about a particular subject area, for example, you might be interested in science or engineering or maths or art, it provides you with an opportunity to share your passion with young learners. So the faculty is ranked #1 in Australia and top 15 in the world. You would have seen this from Dr. Hua's slides. So why does reputation matter? It matters because we have a great reputation around the world and employers know Monash. So when you graduate from a course, employers will know Monash and the quality of the teaching and the research at Monash Education. So if you're a student, you'll be studying with one of the leading faculties in the world. If you're interested in teaching very young children in primary schools or early childhood, or if you're interested in teaching young people like yourselves, we have a range of specializations that you can choose from early childhood right up to secondary. If you're interested in a Bachelor of Business, a Bachelor of Arts, a Bachelor of Music, Fine Art, or maybe a Bachelor of Science, you can combine your studies with an education degree in what we call a double degree course. And I know many of my colleagues have talked about double degrees. It's an important feature at Monash. So a double degree will take you 4 years and you'll graduate with 2 Monash degrees, and that allows you to expand your employment options. Another great feature of education is it's really practical and very hands-on. So we know that employers are looking for graduates who have experience, and teaching is one of the courses where you'll gain industry experience while you're studying. So as a Bachelor of Education student, you'll complete 80 days of placements in schools in Australia and also overseas. And this allows you to build your experience and your professional network. And as I mentioned earlier, the job outlook for teachers is really strong, and there's particular demand areas like maths, science, or language teachers. And the graduate starting salary for a teacher in Melbourne in Victoria is among the highest across disciplines. So when you graduate from teaching, you can start earning about 70,000 Australian dollars a year. And finally, our education students are really well supported throughout their studies. So all our students have a dedicated advisor. So once you enroll in the course, you'll have a dedicated advisor throughout your whole course, and you can talk to them through your studies about anything related to your course. You're also really well supported when you're on your teaching placements. So if teaching is of interest to you, or if you'd like to find out more, happy to chat about it after this session. So thank you. Back to you, Hua.
Thank you very much, Sashna. So time is actually up. We are running over time a lot. We apologize for that, but this is really a huge university with more than 80,000 students. Can you imagine that? So, but we have been responding to a good number of questions through direct chat here. Then I think
I have a question for you. You know,
yes.
In the last session and this session, 250 students participated, and I'm wondering whether we can make sure that James and the team create a hotline where they can get questions funneled to you and get those questions turned around or in due course. But I just feel like, you know, since so many people listened in, it might be good, Tushar, James, just to create some sort of mechanism to get the questions answered, right? Particularly with whoever's working closely with Hua. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
We're not going to get all the questions answered today, but let's just make sure we've got this hotline set up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, Hua, the other thing is, as you know, a lot of Bangladeshi students go to Monash, but go to the Malaysia campus. So I think it's good that everyone feels that it's the same experience. It's just a location choice, which I think it is, that people have, right?
Yeah, it is. It is yes. It is a global, you see, global university. That's why we've got campuses all around the world. And actually this year, because of the COVID-19, we also plan to have like a 1 semester the student would start in Malaysia.
Yeah.
However, in the middle of the planning for the student to come to Malaysia, the COVID-19 in Malaysia actually started again, the second wave. So that's why that plan was cancelled. But say, for example, in Suzhou, Chinese students actually studied in Suzhou first this semester, and then they would transfer to Monash when it is safe to do so. Yes. So absolutely, we agree. And a lot
and Hua, maybe I ask you a couple more questions, which is, for students who graduate from Monash, they're able to apply for jobs in Australia?
Yes, yes. And actually that's a lot, because this is a government policy. Any students who have been studying in Australia for 2 years are eligible to stay for the post-study work at least for 2 years. So if they do a master by research, for example, they can stay back for 3 years. If they do a PhD, then 4 years after they graduate, that they then can work in Australia.
Okay, terrific. Thank you again. And thank you for the terrific questions that have come up. We really appreciate, Hua, your time as well as the faculty's time. There was invaluable support. I know the questions here are come fast and furious, and I'm hoping that Tushar, you and James will take it upon yourself to get back to every student that's responded.
Yes, we will. Definitely we will.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for staying, and thank you for everyone for joining, more importantly.
Yes, absolutely right. So actually, to our wonderful participants, we hope that this, with the Monash team and the Eduko team, have unpacked some of your questions, all right? And hopefully that this would help you in your decision-making process much better. But I hope that, you know, we will continue our conversation again. And as Zarif just said, that we can set up whatever hotline or anything, because we are really passionate about our students and parents. So whatever that we can help, we are here to help, all right? So, but of course, we would like you to join the Monash global community. But if you choose otherwise, you know, by all means, no problem at all, okay? And Monash is a global university. Malaysia campus is also a very good destination for a lot of Bangladeshi students. And then after that, they actually move to Australia to further study. So thank you very much for your time and running over time, still staying with us. To the partner team, Eduko, thank you very much again for your support and you know, and organizing this platform. For the Monash team, you are gems. Always support me. Thank you very much. So again, thank you all, and take care.
Bye now.
Hope we'll see you again next time.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.